Okay, we came up here way back in the deep woods looking for these mines dating back to actually the late 1880s, early 1890s. And there's a whole series of drift mines, tramway bed, all along the other side of the ridge. And we came around from this side right here. And this right down here was a coal drift mine opening. There's another one over there, but we saw this opening right here. And Mr. Box is going on down in there, and he said it is wide open. So I'm gonna join him here in just a second and head on down there. He said it goes for a good ways. He did a little reconnoiter to see what it looks like. So I'll head down there and join him in just a second. Okay, just came in from that hole right there, and so we're inside this coal drift mine. These actually go back late 1880s, early 1890s right here. So it's pretty dry, you know. A lot of the coal mines we've gone into, I mean, just soaking wet, flooded. Well, that's the coal seam. That could be possibly 3 feet, maybe 2.5. But you've got the original wooden timber supports right here. And you can see they cut this thing right out of the granite and the shale right here. And these are the actual little wooden cross ties. You know, they would just chop smaller trees down in the woods, cut them down to size, and then bring them in here. So, first time ever exploring this series right here. So, this is a first. I'll say one thing, it's nice and roomy. Okay, there's Mr. Box down there.
Here shows you
Okay. So, pretty good headroom considering some of the ones we've been in. Some of these ones, man, you're on your hands and knees. So it's kind of typical. They just stacked the rocks when they were going after the coal, seeing anything loose. When they extracted the coal right there, they just stacked the rocks up. You can see the little wooden timber support there. We first started noticing those quite a while back. Very unique. So this is a whiskey bottle from the 1890s right there. That little piece right there is the actual cork. My boy back in the day, he just downed it all right here. But that's pretty neat. And we still got this thing keeps going. So, okay, well, of course, it's a coal drift mine up here in the backcountry, and this is what you got. You've got the remains of a moonshine still. Whether or not the revenue agents got to it, I don't know, maybe. No, but there's a wash pan. Here's your typical barrels. Probably some other stuff back in here. So, needless to say, there might be some more stuff further back in this mine. And got an entry right there. And got another can. And that looks like the condenser, I think, what I've read. This pipe that goes over the barrel, I guess.
Yeah.
Almost sounds stupid, but that's what it sounds like.
I'm sure somebody will correct you.
Yeah. And now you're coming into the water. And you've got various parts of moonshine paraphernalia.
Here as far as I went.
Okay. And there's the remains of a bottle right there. You got the can. And this goes on back we'll just take a quick halt right here and take a look at all this stuff we've come across. Okay, I just made it through all that stuff. It's not recommended, but Mr. Box is coming in behind me. I was trying to keep him dry, but I've got boots on here. And interesting, the cross ties are all jammed up right here, making it appear to look like it's a log road. But it dries out further up.
Okay.
But we're gonna try to push through this and head on to the other side. Okay, Mr. Box is coming up behind me right here. I just came through this water, almost stepped on that cola bottle. That's a Ryola cola bottle, Birmingham, Alabama, early 1900s. We've only seen one of those, and it was really cracked and broken. That has been underwater for just who knows how long. So that's a cool find. You know, one time Birmingham had one of the largest number of soda manufacturing companies, larger than Atlanta, for many years. So they had all different types of colas and sodas. So really, really neat. Okay, just made our way through a little bit of jagged stuff coming out of the ceiling and the sides, but that's okay. That right there is the original timber support right there. It's got a nail or something in there. That's the actual cribbing to it. Like I said, this series of mines actually go back to the late 1880s. And so they were opened and closed several times over a period of about 25 years. So I'm going to try to get up there and join Mr. Box. So you can see where the water's running, where they stack the rock walls, remains of the cribbing, or the cribbing and the cross ties there. So we'll try to join with him up there. Okay, now all these drift mines, they interconnect with one another. They went into the sides of these big ridges on the low level following the coal seams, so we're probably going to find some more intersections. But seen this in a few of the mines, this is like a coal mine stalactite formation right here. Don't get to see these very often. Nasty, man. I don't want to drink that water. So, all right, we'll push on past through that and join Mr. Box. Okay, just made our way down past the stalactite formation. Coming in, Mr. Box found a main intersection. That right there is the axle to a coal mine cart. This small area right there is a work header. You know, they just made these work headers only as high as the coal seam. That is an old bottle right there, and of course, two gigantic moonshine vats. Probably 300-400 gallon vats right here in this main intersection. Mr. Box just went around to the left. So, pretty much stands to reason when you find a coal drift mine and you go back into it, you're gonna see one of these. So, anyway, we will check this out a little bit further. But these are two gigantic moonshine vats right here. All right, you can tell this was a considerable sized moonshine still operation with these two vats. It looks like the revenuers did get it, or the sheriffs. You can see those pick marks on the side. And you've got the invariable barrel rings right here. So when you see this kind of stuff, you know that the coal mines these are non-gassy coal drift mines, because they would not be able to set up a moonshine still in here. But that's very interesting. I wonder if U.S. Steel ever knew their sheet metal was going for moonshine stills. Right there, USS. Got kerosene cans maybe, or linseed oil. There's another one right there. And of course, you can't have a moonshine still without all the barrels, man. Right here. Everywhere. Oh, that's pretty old right there. And Mr. Box went around the corner, so we're going to join up with him in a minute. Okay, we're gonna start making our way on back. We kind of on a time constraint here, so we're gonna check out a couple of more areas. That right there is the axle to a coal mine cart right there. And I don't know what that is. That looks like some kind of, what is that? Some kind of leg or something? Huh. It's kind of strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Almost looks like maybe a drill.
Yeah. Looks like wood.
It's wood though, yeah.
That's strange. All right, well listen, we're gonna go ahead and make our way and get on up out of here. I may film a little bit more when we get back to the entrance. We got about 300 yards to get back out of here. That was pretty tortuous, getting out of this mine. Don't really feel like doing that again. Look at Mr. Box, you see how dirty we are? I mean, wow, coming out of that hole right there. That was fun to see, but I don't feel like doing that again. So we're gonna go check out one more mine, and we're gonna start making our way on back through the woods. We're gonna have to do this in sections. This is an extremely large drift mine complex area. So anyway, that was a good trip just to see. Well, we saw one, it was partially up, we didn't go in, but this was the first of a lot. So, all right, hopefully we can come back here soon.